నేను క్లిక్ చేయన లైవ్ మీరు చేస్తున్నారా సార్? ఓకే ఓకే. Hello everyone, I think we are live now. If you can hear me, can you please come?
Yes.
All right. So, hi guys. Cracku in association with IIM Bodh Gaya presents you this webinar on MBA in Hospital and Healthcare Management and also MBA in Digital Business Management. Today we have with us 4 panelists. 2 others will be joining soon. We have with us Swapnarag Swain, MBA-HHM Program Chairperson, IIM Bodh Gaya. And we have Mr. Neeraj Lal, Chief Operating Officer, Apollo Hospitals, Gujarat region. And we'll also, 2 other panelists. We'll also be having 2 other panelists, Mr. Hory Mukherjee, Senior Principal Consultant at Infosys, and Mr. Rohan Mukherjee, MBA-DBM Program Chairperson at IIM Bodh Gaya. So they'll be walking us through these MBA programs offered at IIM Bodh Gaya, namely Hospital and Healthcare Management and MBA in Digital Business Management, and everything you need to know about these programs. And they'll also be discussing about the career opportunities that are available after these programs. Now they'll be taking over the session and they'll be discussing about the program first. So over to you, sir.
Okay. So fine. What exactly want to ask? Can you please give me some questions where I would be able to answer?
Yeah. So firstly, can you please tell us about the MBA in Hospitality and Healthcare Management program and how is it unique as an MBA program? So what makes it different? What makes this program different at IIM Bodh Gaya?
See, I just want to correct one thing, Kushal. It is not hospitality. It is Masters in Hospital Management and Healthcare.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just about to say that. Yes.
Yeah.
Hospital Management. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Kushal, for the question. So first of all, I would just set the tone with the COVID pandemic, right?
Yes.
When COVID pandemic hit us hard throughout the globe, only one word that was surrounding our lives, that is no doubt healthcare, right? And when we talk about this healthcare, now what has happened? The COVID pandemic has shown us where exactly our standards, like where we are actually standing right now. Be it a developing country, be it a developed country, everyone actually that got that blow and was struggling to adapt to the conditions or to, you can say, address to those situations, that panic that happened or that massacre that happened during that COVID pandemic. So this has shown that be it a developing country or be it a developed country, that means you have to develop the healthcare system altogether. And when we're talking about developing these healthcare systems, closing the loopholes and everything, you require the skilled workforce. And when we talk about skilled workforce, not only in the clinical sites, but also in the administrative capabilities, because you want to manage all these resources. And when you talk about these administrative capabilities, that's what there the MBA Hospital and Healthcare Management is actually, comes up. And if you talk about, and that was basically the ideation from IIM Bodh Gaya sides. Okay, fine. So now the next boom is when we say, like Neeraj can also talk to you about those kind of things. Next, in India, we are saying the next IT, the way IT actually grew, the next IT is going to be healthcare. So when there are so many growth opportunities are lying in healthcare sector, we are relying upon that trend, and we have decided to launch this program in hospital and healthcare management. That is one thing. Then I would like to highlight the 3-4 points where we are differentiating our program compared to other ones. Like I would say specifically 3 points. One is, if you look at the curriculum of this program, it is designed in such a way that it will give a holistic appreciation of the healthcare industry to the participants who are joining. And what do I mean by this holistic appreciation of the healthcare industry? Now, when we talk about healthcare industry, see, people normally have a kind of narrow mindset. Only they stick to hospitals. No, yes, I agree that hospitals are the very big chunk of the or big portion of the healthcare industry. But we are leaving at the same point of time the other complementaries like pharmaceuticals, medical devices, health insurance, digital health, medical tourism. Nonetheless, joining the party are healthcare consulting, and you talk about your healthcare IT. So all these industries all together right now forming a big healthcare industry. That's what. So when we talk about our course, our program, that's basically the courses are designed in such a way that the students will get exposure to the functions of hospitals, the functions of pharmaceuticals, dynamics of health insurance business, dynamics of medical devices and all those kind of things, medical tourism, public health consulting, even if IT and digital health, all the aspects are being covered. That is a very big point that we're talking about. Second one, as we say, when we talk about healthcare systems, it basically comprises of two broad, you can say, streams. One is your public health system and second one is your private health system. And here in this program, we are trying to give that exposure to both public as well as private health system. How we are doing that? One is, after the end of first year, the students will go through an industry immersion project. And what is that industry immersion project? Basically, the students will join either a private hospital or health insurance company or your medical devices or online diagnostics. So all this kind of healthcare setup, private healthcare setup. The most important point in that, we have designed, or basically, if you talk about the duration of that immersion, it's a long duration of 4 months. Normally, internships are being done in B schools for 2 months. This is to provide that immersive experience. We have extended, just made it double, where the students will be really benefited to understand the dynamics of that particular organization or particular firm wherever they are joining. That is private health exposure. And then in the term 5, we have also, there is one component called as community immersion project, where our students, that's a public health exposure, where our students will visit the rural, semi-urban, urban setup. They will go talk to people, get the data points, interact with them, understand how public health, what kind of public health issues are there, and then how the government's policies and schemes are actually acting and how successful they are. So we're providing exposure to both public as well as private health. And finally, as I was also mentioning earlier, that industry participation, we are having very heavy industry participation in this program. Like how we are doing it across two fronts again. One is we have created a very strong industry advisory board. As we are talking about, industry advisory board are basically comprising of or represented by very senior leaders from the different verticals of healthcare industry. Like for example, right now with us, we have Neeraj from Apollo Hospital. He is one of the members of the industry advisory board. And if you go through our website, you can find out the list of industry advisory board joining from hospital side, again, that each and every verticals, hospital, healthcare, IT, digital health, pharmaceuticals, all the areas are being covered to the senior healthcare professionals. And second one, we are also aiming that majority or a significant proportion of these courses will be delivered by these senior people. So in the class, out of let's say 10 hours of a course or 20 hours of a course, a faculty member of IIM Bodh Gaya will take around 10 to 15 hours, something like that. And a person from industry will take something around 5 to 10 hours. So we're aiming to make it 30 to 40% kind of courses to be delivered by the industry experts. That's what, in all this front, actually, we are trying to, or we have created a point of difference for this program. And I'm sure that the students will be joining this program. They will have a great learning experience. Yes, Kushal.
Yeah, sure. So next, can you please tell us about the eligibility criteria for this course? Like any specific UG specialization or any relevant work ex, or what are the CAT cutoffs? And what kind of profile are you looking for in the student?
Okay, so first of all, if we talk about eligibility, it's like we have made it open to like all specialization or all UG streams. But yes, as you mentioned, any specific preference, we have given up preference disciplines, like for example, if you are belonging to medical or medicos, paramedical, life sciences, or other healthcare courses, even biotechnology or those kind of courses, right? If you have been from that background, then additional 2% or 2 marks will be given to you in the selection process, right? But it is not that we are discouraging other people. Why? Because we want a mix of people. Why? I'm sure Neeraj will talk about the industry trend. He will talk about how digital health is actually growing. And when we are talking about digital healthcare is actually going to be digital. So we also want people with technical background. So that's why we are also we are trying to have a mixed bunch of engineers, science graduates, arts graduate, as well as plus medical and the health sciences graduates. So we want a kind of that mixed pool of candidates in our batch. We are aiming for that one. And with respect to that selection process, yes, now like the way all the IIMs have their selection process, we are also selecting the candidates from CAT score. Only CAT score are being accepted. And as you know, that right now we have started with the selection process. It's called as Common Application Process, Common Admission Process, CAP. It's famously known as CAP by 9 IIMs, right? Today it has started already, actually. So for this MBA-HHM process, what we have done is that if you go to our website, there is a kind of expression of interest. Like those who have applied already for CAP or maybe the SAP process, which has been conducted by IIM Bodh Gaya and IIM Jammu, those who have already applied for CAP or SAP, we have sent them a link. If they are interested to apply for MBA-HHM, they can show their expression of interest by clicking there, right? So once we get your expression of interest, then depending upon the cutoff, like for example, in the same expression of interest form, there is a cutoff details and everything available over there. If you find out for the general category, is the 80% tile in the CAT score is the cutoff that we have put for admission call letter, not for the call letter, admission interview calls, right? Okay. So once we get the EOIs, now you will be appearing for the interview process, and depending upon your profile, interview process, CAT score, the final selection will happen.
All right. So can you please tell us what is the intake for the course, and how does this course compare to the flagship PGDM course offered at IIM Bodh Gaya?
Okay, so intake is 60. Since first time, we have tried to keep it very, very short batch size so that we can give them best of experiences. So for the next 3 years, we are going with 60. And then with respect to PGDM, as you said, PGDM is or PGP basically, MBA program. That's a normal management, right? So people will come there, they will choose either marketing, finance, HR, operations, all those. But here you will be able to choose electives from hospital management and healthcare management kind of strip. So it's very, very focused, industry focused. Like in a general MBA, first year or general management courses will be there. In second year, elective. Here, from the day one itself, you will be getting the orientation towards the healthcare industry.
Right.
And the classrooms will be separate. It's not that they will be sitting with the MBA, general MBA program. No, that's not the case. The classroom will be completely different.
Right. And also, I think the placement process also will not be clubbed with the PGDM course, and it'll have a
placements are centralized. The best part is that. The best part is, see, the classroom will be different because the orientations are different, right? Because it's a industry-driven course, industry-centric course, and that's a general course. So that's why classroom needs to be different, right? Otherwise, you will not be able to make a justice. Otherwise, if I am talking about only marketing, but I'm not giving healthcare perspective, then that marketing management fails, right, Neeraj? Or maybe I'm talking about operations management, but I'm not giving a healthcare perspective, then I'm not justifying the pool actually. So that's why the candidates, like, classroom is different, modalities are different.
Is centralized, right?
Absolutely. Admission and placements are centralized.
Right, got it.
So that you maintain your quality. Okay, so I guess now we can move to Neeraj.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, thank you.
So, hello, sir. So, can you please tell us about the career opportunities in healthcare management, hospital and healthcare management?
Okay, see, Kushal, hospital management is broadly the management of clinical and supportive services in a cost-effective and efficient manner. So we require manager in the different vertical of hospital department. Like, we have so many industries, we have banks, we have FMCG, and also they generally hire the manager for the management of the operation. So here also in hospital, we require the SBU heads of the management of different departments. Some of the department which is prime important is management of outpatient services, management of inpatient services, management of operation theaters, management of diagnostics. So these all services, when it is managed efficiently and in effective manners, like in the term of what revenue which is coming up and what revenue which is going on. So it is very good. Now the career, as you're talking about career, so they can join these hospitals, corporate hospital, public hospital, trust hospital in a different way. Say, for example, they can manage the department, they can manage the quality aspects of patient care, they can participate in the management of sales, like corporate management, sales management. They can join in a clinical role, they can join in a managerial role. So there are different departments which they are expected to manage in an efficient manner. So that is all about the career in hospital management. I'll give you one small example.
Sure.
It will very helpful. So for example, we are running outpatient services. Of these outpatient services, what are the parameters or what are the indicator we can know this service is running in a cost-effective manner and efficient manner? We should know number of patients coming to the OPD, how the patient experience has been taken care of, right from the entry till the registration, the doctor consultation, followed by pathology and radiology. Second part of that, how many patient has been seen in the OPD and converted into the IPD? How many patient has been referred to pharmacy, to radiology, to pathology? So management of this operation, so that at the end of the day, patient experience is good, we require managers or the executive in hospitals.
And also, can you please elaborate on the difference between hospital management and healthcare management?
Okay. Hospital management is very specific. Management of clinical and supportive services in hospitals. Healthcare is a broad part. Healthcare means you can manage pharmaceuticals, you can manage insurance companies, you can manage the HIMS part of it, the software part of it, you can manage the marketing and sales part. So healthcare is a bigger ecosystem. Hospital is a smaller system. So I think hospital, when you are managing hospitals, then it is known as hospital management. But when you are managing medical equipments, when you are managing the marketing function, you are also managing the health checkup part of it. That is healthcare, the entire gamut of insurance and all. Because hospital is a very small part of
healthcare
hospital
system.
management.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Can you please tell us where do candidates with HM specialization have an advantage over the candidates with the general MBA program?
Okay, the person who's passing through hospital management specialization, they got an edge with general MBA. See, general MBA don't talk about the clinical services and the supportive services. Say, for example, if you take a general MBA intern into the hospital, he or she don't know what is OPD, what is IPT, what are the various specialties into the hospital. But a person with a specialization in hospital, they know the various department because these courses teach the candidate how does the efficient operation theater run, how you manage your pharmacy, how you manage your operation theater, how you manage your critical care ICUs, how you manage insurance. So I think it is more specific. See, these general managers do harm to the hospital than doing a, because unless you don't know, because it is you are here, you are dealing with patients. So if one service is a shortfall, a patient experience is bad, and as a result, the entire services healthcare delivery system is at a stake.
Right. So now, can you please tell us about the roles at Apollo for candidates with a specialization in healthcare management?
Okay, see, we have many roles for the hospital manager. Like, say, for example, right from the OPD, like there is something known as CPOE manager. So clinical prescription order tracking. Whenever a patient goes to a consultant, a prescription is generated. And once the prescription generated through HIMS, it goes to a pathology, radiology, and pharmacy. So these manager keep a track of these prescription, how many prescription generated and how many converted into various services to avoid revenue leakage. These people run a digital campaign known as Kemcho services. See what happened whenever the patient is passing through the OPD services, it may be converted into IPD services. So how to keep a track, how many patient is consulted in the OPD and how many patient is converted into the indoor services. So therefore, one role is this. Second role is that management of diagnostic services. Like these days, I think diagnostics plays a very, very important role. So how to manage your lab efficiently, how to manage your X-ray, sonography, CT scan, and MRI. Most important department of the hospital is business development and digital marketing. Now, with the impact of digital marketing, you can increase the traction in the business. Like say, for example, you have seen many healthcare startups which has come. Now, most of the hospital is doing a virtual consultation. Most of the hospitals are doing health checkup. So healthcare is moving away from the hospital to the home. So there is a business role, there is an ops role, there is a quality. Now, healthcare is governed by a quality. Various quality standards include Joint Commission, NABH. Then secondly is healthcare operation part of it, which I was talking about, management of various departments, including CSSD, operation theater, and diagnostics. So roles are many because I think every hospital has got minimum 30 to 35 departments. Not only healthcare operation, management of stores, then you have a management of maintenance services, then you have a patient experience team. So all those things, I think it matters, and we require managers and interns in these departments to manage our hospital efficiently.
Right. Also, can you please tell us what are the other companies, different companies that hire the healthcare management students, and what are the roles offered and the average expected salary?
Okay, see, we take an intern after passing his MBA like generally most of the people come to a hospital like us when they are doing the internship. So generally 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. I think this course got a better advantage. They spent 4 months in the internship. So when they come, we give them a stipend around, which is 10 to 15,000. Once they pass out the internship and they have got the degree, so generally the starting salary range from 40 to 50,000 a month, and which goes on and on depending upon their efficiency. But I think if we create a business healthcare manager, they understand because they are not here to treat the patient. They are here to take care of the patient experience and what amount of revenue generated through various services. So, 35 to 40,000 or 50,000 is a salary, and as you grow into the department, it grows. It goes on.
Okay,
Right.
so I would like to add few things
Sure.
to Neeraj's data point. Yeah, so apart from hospital sector, as I said, so the graduates will be coming and joining this program. They will be also going and joining hospitals. Yes, obviously. Apart from that, they will be also joining health insurance companies. They will be joining pharmaceuticals. They'll be joining medical devices. They will be joining even consulting like KPMG or PwCs or something like that. Because if you go to consulting nowadays, hell lot of work has been done on public health consulting and all, right? They'll be also joining companies in the space of digital health, and of course, yes, they'll be also joining ITs, because if you go to ITs now, each and every IT company, they have a focus client is healthcare industry. And why ITs are coming into role? Because as Neeraj was talking about, that digital healthcare is actually going through a digital transformation, right? So this digital transformation to create that better patient experiences, as he was talking about, these IT companies are actually making those products and services. And when you, as a healthcare manager, like after healthcare management graduate, when you join as a business analyst, or maybe as a subject matter expert or as a consultant in an IT company, you have a tech background plus at the same point of time knowledge of the domain, and that's actually an added advantage. Yeah, please, Neeraj.
So one thing, you are very right. Healthcare is governed by so many other departments. Like I'll give you now, these days startups are there, so they are coming to the hospital and they want to see how the hospital operation is. We can make them smooth. So healthcare startup is one vertical, plus private equity. Now most of the corporate hospital is governed by private equity. I'm seeing for the last few years now, private equity also require hospital management graduate. Whenever they take over hospital, whenever they buy in, they take the hospital management intern, because they have a better understanding of hospital operation in comparison to our general MBAs. So these are the various options where these students from MBA in healthcare and hospital management can take benefit from.
Yeah, right. and the salary range, as you were talking about, it also varies from your subsector to subsector.
Yes.
Some kind of salary you will be getting into if you are getting into hospitals. If you're getting into consulting, that salary would be much bigger.
Yes.
If you're entering into also IT or something kind of medical devices, a kind of salary is also there, which is up like at par with the you can say the consulting domain. Yes, in the hospital, the initial salaries might be at a medium range, and then as your career grows up, your salary gets that flat.
Yes.
When you are into ITs or consulting or into pharmacies or maybe into digital health, yes, you have in terms of salary, if you talk about, that's much fat salaries in those areas.
Now the various state government is also taking hospital management students. I have taken some of the state like Gujarat, MP, and Punjab. They have taken them as a hospital administrators. So they got a starting salary of around 60 to 65,000. So they work with the state government in the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, participate in the healthcare management part of the hospital and the public health system. I think public health system is also playing a very, very important role. Like dean of the hospitals or the medical college. So these hospital administrator work with the deans and the medical superintendent of the hospital. So the salary is a big time there, because the state government is taking care of your entire expenses, and they also give you accommodation to stay on.
Right. So now, again, coming back to the course, the MBA in Hospital and Healthcare Management, it's a full-time 2-year MBA program, right?
Yes.
So can you please tell us what are the important dates that students should keep in mind? Like, for example, what is the last date for submitting the applications, and what are the interview dates, and when does the course start?
Okay, so now the expression of interest is live. It's going on. So we are planning to close that expression of interest by max to max, let's say the third week of this month itself. So it's better to fill up your expression of interest by, let's say, 22nd, 23rd February. That's to be on a safer side. And because already the CAP process have started, so few students who have already applied for the CAP, they might be also appearing for the interview process already, because 2 days has already been over for the CAP process, right? So once the CAP ends, then people will be invited for the SAP process. So it's better as early as possible. Still, we have opened that UI is open, and I would request, like, if you're interested, then it's better to be on a safer side before 25th of February or before 23rd of February. Go and log in there.
Right. Thank you so much for sharing the details.
Yeah. So I guess we are done with HHM.
Yeah. So if you have anything else regarding the program, you can share that, or we can start with the digital business management.
That's okay. So I think I have already talked about the program initially, the 5 key highlights. Now you can move to digital business. So in that case, me and Neeraj will leave the meeting.
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you so much for
talking
your
to you.
insights.
Thank you.
Sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks a lot. Sir. Yeah.
Thanks, Neeraj.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. Bye. Bye. Yeah, Rohan, carry on, please.
Yeah, thank you, Swapnarag.
Okay. Yeah.
Hi, Kushal.
Hi, sir. Hi. So, hello, guys. So we have Mr. Neeraj Lal, Chief Operating Officer, and Swapnarag Jain, who just concluded the session on healthcare management. Now we have with us Mr. Hory Mukherjee, Senior Principal Consultant at Infosys, and Mr. Rohan Mukherjee, MBA-DBM Program Chairperson at IIM Bodh Gaya. And they'll be walking us through the Digital Business Management, MBA in Digital Business Management Program at IIM Bodh Gaya. So over to you, sir. So you can talk about the course, how should students apply, and what is the eligibility criteria for the course.
Okay, so I will start directly. See, as for the Digital Business Management Program, right, we have floated a UI or expression of interest, correct? So people who have gone over a certain percentile, say for example 80 for general and other 75 for EWS, and it is given totally in the IIM Bodh Gaya admission page, right? You can follow that and you can express your interest by filling up that form, as you have you can do for the HHM program also. Similar, you can follow it for the DBM program, and we will probably close it by February. So it's better that if you're interested in the program, you can join immediately, fill up the UI form. Okay, you don't need to pay anything. If you are a part of the CAP process, then your marks will be taken for there. Otherwise, a separate interview will be there for you, in which you need to perform and join the program. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So, can you tell us about what are the CAT cutoffs for the program, and are you looking for any relevant work experience or any specific undergraduate specializations from candidates?
No, there is no undergraduate specialization expected from the candidates. And the CAT cutoff, as I have mentioned already, is given in the IMBG website, above 80 for general candidates, right? Then we have several cutoffs for the all the categories according to the GUI rules, right, for reservations. So we are following that. Just visit our website, okay, www.imbghc.in, correct? And within that, you have the admission page where details for each and every category is mentioned. Okay, if you are passing through that qualifying marks, just fill the UI form. If you want to hear it from my end, just allow me a second. Okay, I will just
Sure.
share with you. Just allow me 1 second.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So just go through the UI expression form, right? So for CAT percentile shortlisting for this program, correct? So general 80 percentile, EWS 65 percentile, NCOBC 65 percentile, SC 50 percentile, ST 35 percentile, and PWD 35 percentile. For the girls, okay, shortlisting criteria, since we are trying to incorporating higher number of female candidates, general 75 percentile, EWS 60 percentile, NCOBC 60 percentile, SC 45 percentile, ST 30 percentile, and PWD 30 percentile is given in admission.imbg.ac.in/MBA 2023 UI DBM HHM. Okay, so if you want, I can copy you that link and share you in the message, correct?
Yeah,
So
sure.
and all of the candidates, whether you have filled up the CAT form or not, you need to fill up the UI form so that we can take forward your CAT marks from the interview process. You will be appearing, or already you have appeared in the last 3 days, because from 13th we have started the CAP interviews for all the IIMs. So we'll be taking your marks from the CAP process, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
So can you please tell us about the intake for this program, MBA and DBM, and also what is the duration of the course?
Yeah, so the intake of the program is 90 students, correct? And intake is 90 students, and then it's a full-time 2 years course, correct? And you will be having first 3 terms, which will cover your core courses, followed by a 4 months industry experience, right? Which is quite different from the other general management programs where you have 2 months exposure,
Right.
but you will be having a 4 months internship, and then you will be having the elective courses, right? And electives,
Right.
we are offering 4 specializations in this program: digital marketing, fintech, analytics, and strategy and consulting for digital business. So you can select electives from any of the buckets and also take a mix and match of number of papers from the elective buckets.
Right. All right. Now, I think we can talk about the career opportunities after candidate pursues the MBA in digital business marketing, digital business management. So, hello, Hory, Mukherjee, sir.
Hi, Kushal.
Hi, sir. So, can you please tell us about the career opportunities available to a candidate once he or she pursues this course?
Okay, so Kushal, there is no end to this career opportunities. Whether you any business that you are going in today, right? Whether it's IT consulting, non-IT consulting, general business management, everybody today is looking at a digital business, right? They're looking at a platform wherein they can use this data, they can make use of this technology essentially to get in. So any industry, traditional industries as well as new industries, new gen industries, everybody is essentially looking in for these kind of skill sets. So absolutely not a problem. I think the last thing that you should be worrying about in this digital program is essentially getting yourself placed or getting yourself a career opportunity for this, Kushal.
Right. So you have been working with Infosys for over 15 years, right? So according to you, what is digital business management?
So if you ask me my definition of this digital business management, I would refer to the usage of digital technologies, right? And various kinds of resources, which would essentially drive not only the day-to-day operations of the company, but also it helps you in essentially looking at the top line and the bottom line of the company. Right, so you are saving costs on one hand, and you are essentially looking at improving your revenues on the other hand. At the same time, you are trying to build in a more meaningful experiences to all your stakeholders. Not necessarily only to your customers, but also it could be your internal customers, for example, your employees, your supply chain in general. It could be various things, right? So, so that is essentially what you are looking in within the digital business management space.
Right. So, also, how has the business management evolved over these years in this digital era?
Okay, now a lot of things have happened in the last couple of years. So, if you look at what Gartner has been saying, Gartner essentially clearly lays out 6 points essentially on how the business management has evolved in this era. So first it says is that the threat of recession, right? So there's quoting a slightly older report. Second one is systematic mistrust amongst the various stakeholders. Third is poor economic productivity. The fourth one is the issues of sustainability. Fifth one is the issue of talent shortage, huge talent shortage, and sixth one are emerging technologies. Now, apart from that, if you ask for my personal opinion, I would essentially say, along with that, there has been a tremendous technological advancement that has happened, right? Data storage and retrieval has become cheaper. Computing powers have improved tremendously. Customers are looking in for experience. Mobile device penetration for customers have improved a lot, right? And internet is available, right? So all of these, and businesses also need to be scalable, and that is essentially what has driven the change into your digital era. So moving from your traditional business management into your digital era space.
That's right.
Yeah.
Also, according to you, will a specialization in digital business management be helpful in day-to-day, day-to-day functioning and the long-term planning of the company? So how exactly can it be helpful in that practice?
Yeah, absolutely. Look at businesses around you. If you have traveled in the Indian Railways recently, you would have noticed that the ticket checkers or the ticket collectors are also coming with digital devices. So those days of marking it on with a piece of pen and paper is gone. Obviously, look at a traditional company, a government organization which has done that. Now, similarly, compare that with Amazon or Google or Uber and Ola, right? Look at the recent disruption that has been brought on by ChatGPT, right? The way we have looked at AI, the way we have been building websites, the way we have been looking at solutions, everything is interactive now, right? So whether it is finance, whether it is operations, marketing, HR, your data analytics strategy, IT consulting, I think it will help in your day-to-day as well as long-term planning. Look at the way government of India is essentially looking at bringing in a digital currency. Although we have been trying to compare that with in lines of, for example, what our current UPI platform has been doing. But at the same time, you should understand that the digital currency will save a lot of cost in terms of what we spend in printing currency notes, right? So everybody is looking at it, all stakeholders, whether it's government, private, semi-private, non-government, everybody is looking at digital business management.
Right. Now,
Just, I would like to add one point to Hory, that just see, the mobile banking, right, is becoming popular with time, right? 66.7% of the bank executives, are believing that the fintech will impact the wallet and mobile banking. Even if you see small brick and mortar stores, right, even in big cities or in some smaller Indian cities also, they are also now going through mobile payments, right? And this artificial intelligence, right, which is one of the leading technologies in today's business, are driving the growth of fintech, right, with a CAGR of say around 25%, right, which is predicted from 21 to 25. So there is a boom in the fintech market. Apart from that, if you see the digital marketing domain, right, it's having a huge change, right? 86% of the marketers have increased their brand awareness using just one or more number of digital marketing channels, right? And these mobile devices are playing so huge role in our life that 60 to 65% of organic searches on Google and maybe or some kind of video marketing, has increased since the last 4 or 5 years. And that's the journey probably Hory was speaking for the entire transformation.
With 5G and IoT, I think things will pick up. It will become more and more serious business getting into this digital space for all companies. Otherwise, until and unless you have a digital space, even for small enterprises or whether it's a huge enterprise, multi-continent organization, everybody needs to be in that space. You cannot escape out from that, Kushal.
Right, absolutely. Also, can you tell us what are the different companies that hire the students pursuing the MBA program in digital business management?
Everyone, Kushal, everyone.
Okay.
There is no. You cannot single out any company. You might want to hear from my name, from me. Companies like Amazon, Google, and whatever, but it's not like that. Everybody is looking at the digital space. I told you, whether it's government, semi-government, private, small enterprises, everybody is looking at that space, right?
Right, and also
rather it will be easier for us, Hory, to answer who may not be interested.
Who may not be interested. There is no
Okay.
one. There is no one.
Because the
Kushal.
list will be long and maybe may not be finished by today's discussion. So
Yes.
who may not be can be a big question.
Big question mark.
In today's market, who may not be interested in the digital space. Correct. Yeah.
Right. So, what is the average expected package that students can expect?
It's. I will like to answer this one in that sense. Okay, see, it's the first program being launched. Correct. It's the first
Right.
batch we will be coming up with. Our history of the general program is that we have a highest package of 48 lakhs and a median package of 16 to 17 lakhs on this particular year, right? You can check Economic Times, Hindu Business Lines. It has been published nationally in all the newspapers, correct? One big thing about this new program is that we are offering a centralized placement. Often it happens in other schools that there are separate placement teams, but we are not dividing that. We are having a centralized placement. So say, for example, if Amazon is coming, so the people from the general management will be sharing their resumes, and we will be sharing people from the digital business management resumes also. So it's depending on the company's choice, right? Or the profile choice in which the company may be interested. Apart from the general companies which are coming for all the programs, since we have a centralized placement, I want to give more stress on it. We will have some niche companies which are working on the digital transformation domain. Say, for example, the consulting firms, right? Most of the consulting projects are going through this digital transformation, maybe of healthcare, maybe of other domain and all sectors, right? So consulting firms will be a major taker of this kind of programs, apart from these digital marketing companies or these IT consultants, tech firms, right?
Analytics,
Analytics
companies.
Fintech companies. Now, if you see globally, the venture capitalists are running for 26,000 startup on fintech to be developed. So why do you think so much of market engagement or investments are being attracted or are being traction toward this kind of domains? Right? It's because just companies are increasing their productivity at an optimized cost, right? Yeah.
Also, now coming back to the program MBA in Digital Business Management, is there any additional weightage given to students with software or computer science background? Is there any such preference?
No. There is no preference to student with computer science background, but we have certain marks for students with work experience that we have. Generally in IIMs, we have weightage for students with work experience, but it's a very wrong notion. I want to clarify it on a live interview that we don't have any weightage for computer science students. Understand, digital business management is not about only the technology, right? It's about applying the disruptive technology, correct, into the business domain. So we should expect the students should have a knowledge of the technological know-hows, right? Along with that, they will be able to marry the business acumen or the business capabilities that the technology can create. Say, for example, when internet evolved, right? Gradually e-commerce evolved. Then we say from 2012, 13, he has been a long spectator of this. When cloud evolved, the entire IT industry changed in some sense. When AI dived into the market, then we have huge disruption, what we call as intelligent workflow or disruptive technology. So you need to have a knowledge of this disruption with a high business insight of it. So if you can mix and match these two things, then only you can be a gainer in the market. Just having only one skill set today is not going to be add-on to your profile, right? So I want to clarify once more. It's not about computer science. It's not about only technology. It's a mix and match where people from a good commerce background who have a good innovative skill set and a creative mind can do a great in digital marketing. Correct, Hory?
Right.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So thank you so much for clarifying that. Now talking about the International Immersion Program, can you explain more about this program, the International Immersion Program?
Yeah, being one of the youngest IIMs, right, among the 20 IIMs in the nation, we have a lot of MOUs with international universities. Correct. No, so for our PGP program also, we are having a lot of student exchange with them, right? So our students in the 6th term used to go to these foreign universities, work there for some time. So we have designed a 21 days international immersion where they will be going to other foreign universities, they will have a cross-cultural work experience, right? In a diverse background, and but it's optional. So if he or she is not interested to go, he or she may continue doing credit course here, or he or she may go there. So it's optional, it's not fixed, but we will be providing them this opportunity so that they can explore the cross-functional or the cross-cultural aspect of it. Yeah.
All right. And finally, can you tell us about the important dates that the students should remember? What is the last date for submitting the application and the interview dates?
Yeah, the EOI, as I mentioned, that the EOI is better to fill it as earlier as possible. Yeah, am I audible?
As the course commence. Yes.
Yeah. So EOI you can fill up the EOI at earliest possible, maybe by 21st, at earliest possible by 21st, 22nd, you can fill up the EOI. And second is that.
Yeah, the interview dates and the course commencement.
The interview dates will be, if we are taking score from the CAT, you can take it, we'll take it directly. If he or she is not coming through CAT, he or she is being qualified for the other supplementary SAP process, then an interview call will be given to them. Most probably it will be in the end of March, right? In the month of March, the interview will be there. If he is not giving CAT, he's not CAP, he's not coming through CAP, he will be through SAP, and that will be in the month of March, and the course will commence probably from the first week of July.
Right.
It's a 2 years full-time program. Yeah, it will start most probably from the first week of July. Yeah, as we do for our PGP also. So we are not differentiating with any of the full-time program. So all the full-time programs will start at the same time of the year.
Right. And now we'll quickly address some questions from the chat asked by the students. So first one will be, okay, once. What will be the cutoff for IIM Bodh Gaya digital business?
Yeah, so the cutoff for the IIM Bodh Gaya business management program, I am sharing the link. I am sharing the link. Once again, you can cut off. I will mention once again. For general, it's 80%, 80 percentile. For EWS 65, for NCOBC 65, SC 50, ST 35, PWD 35. And for girls, general 75, EWS 60, NCOBC 60, SC 45, ST 30, PWD 30. Just please check the link I have shared in the chat. Okay, the UI form and these percentiles are given there. Okay, please share with them the links I have shared with you in the chat. Yeah.
Right. And can a candidate who didn't apply to IIM Bodh Gaya during CAT application while filling the CAT form, can he or she apply to this program now?
Absolutely. If he or she has not filled up for CAP, he can apply. That's why we are telling na, ki just fill up the UI form. You will be getting a, if you are qualifying this percentiles, you will be getting an interview call.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So if you have not filled up for CAP, then also you can fill it this UI and come for an interview. Yeah. Subject to the constraint that you have qualified this percentiles for UI.
Yeah, minimum cutoffs, right. So how? So Rumit Prasad wants to know how the program MBA and DBM is different from post-graduation in analytics.
Yeah, it's a good question. See, the postgraduate in analytics program, correct? It's totally focused on technical skill sets that are required for analytics. But here you have one specialization in the fourth year, as in the second year, as I mentioned, that there will be 4 specialization tracks, correct? Where analytics will be one bucket. Along with that, you have fintech, you have digital marketing, you have strategy and consulting. So if you want to do specialization in analytics, you can take a major subjects or major elective subject from the analytics bucket. But a digital business management is a very broad domain in which analytics is just a subsegment. Okay, so you will have an exposure in analytics company as well as in other companies which are going for digital business. So your opportunities for the job market or your dimensions will be enlarged. Apart from rather than going into analytics course, if you come to this course, you can take major subjects in analytics. You can do minor in digital marketing or in fintech. So obviously it will enhance your opportunity of getting absorbed in the market. So that's why we don't want to restrict our students to be only specialized of analytics. Rather, you do a major in analytics if you have that interest in analytics, and you can take a minor in digital marketing or strategy and consulting or fintech. Correct?
Right.
Yeah.
And so Janvi Singh wants to know when will the final shortlist for the PI round be out?
Yeah, we'll be deciding it soon. Just fill the UI. You will come to know it very soon. By end of February, you will be informed. So most probably the end of February you will be informed. So it's better that you fill up the UI form. We have already received a lot of applications, and it's better that you fill up the UI form at earliest possible. You will get it by end of February.
Right. And next question we have is, as you mentioned, the placement process is centralized for all the programs, the flagship program plus healthcare management and also digital management. So do the students from MBA in HM or MBA in DBM programs have any disadvantage over the students when compared to the flagship program? So that's the
Never.
question.
I think it will never be a disadvantage. Rather, you will be exposed, or you will have your resume shared with the normal companies which come for PGP. Apart from that, you have gained some specialization through these niche courses, which will give you better opportunities in other companies also. So your advantage, you are gaining in some sense by doing these specializations. So never it will be a disadvantage. Rather, it may add a feather to the cap.
Right. And Mr. Subodh wants to know, as there is global recession going on, will it affect the placements?
Sir, I want to just share few data
Sure.
points with you. Okay, that currently the global fintech industry is worth over $25 billion. And according to the expert, the global fintech market is going to grow over 37 billion by 2026. Correct? For digital marketing, it is expected to grow up to $800 billion by 2026. And for strategy and consulting, okay, the market was around 82 billion, right? It was valued around 82 billion, which in 2017, which grew up to 140 billion by 20, right? So this market distribution, if you see, and if you think of data analytics or big data analytics, is projected to grow from 270 billion in 2022 to 650 billion by 2029. So all of the statistics I'm giving of today's time. So all the markets are going at an average CAGR of 13% or 15% or even 17% for different fields, right? So I don't think the recession is going to hit the market in this domain, because as I mentioned, for the last 4 or 5 years, it has been an era of digital transformation. And these specializations, whether you want or not, things will be automated more. Companies will be trying to draw more revenues out of the automations, and it will create opportunities for you if you are having this kind of skill sets.
Right. And finally, a couple of questions on internship. So Ankit Sharma wants to know, will the 4 months internship be provided by the college, and also
Absolutely. 4 months internship will be given by the college, because SIP, summer internship process, is being taken care by the placement cell. So the college will take care of that. The institute will be taking care of that. Yeah.
And will the 4 months internship be guaranteed to all the students? So that's what they want to know. Yeah.
See, in every year, all the students get SIP from the college only. Correct? So that's what is the practice in any IIM, if you check.
Right. And finally, is DBM better than general MBA from placement perspective? And
see, I am just sharing the market data just now. So I think that you have your mind to analyze. Okay. I won't directly answer this question, but you can guess that how the market is going for digital. And if brick and mortar store is even thinking of going digital in some sense, even the payment systems are changing in normal brick and mortar store in a very small city in India. Okay. If they're going for e-wallets, then you can think that how this will change the entire scenario of a digital economy. Correct?
Right. Right, and I think right, and finally we have a question on admissions. So when will the final admission shortlist be released after all the PI process and
After all,
all the
in end of April or first in the
week of
initial
May?
month of May, yeah. In general, what happens for PGP, it will happen for DBM also.
Right, right. All right. With this, I think we can we have reached. We can conclude the session. So you can talk about the final selection, the important dates, and also the resources that students can head out to know more about the programs.
Yeah. So and you visit our website, imbg.ac.in. There is a complete page. Okay, we have a very strong industry advisory board. You just check the industry advisory board. These are very senior leaders from industry. Okay, who have vetted the entire course, who have contributed in creating the course, state-of-the-art technologies and state-of-the-art business practices to be delivered in the classroom. They will be helping us with subject matter experts from the companies who will be delivering this course along with the IIM Bodh Gaya faculty. So it will be a faculty come industry driven courses, right? So 40% of the courses may be outsourced, 30% of the courses may be outsourced to industry experts. So please go through our website. Program related queries, you have numbers where our student administrators are there. Talk to them. Okay, if you have further questions, they will answer. Admission related queries will also be handled by the admission team. So there are contact us in the DBM page, MBA-DBM page inside IIM Bodh Gaya website. Go to that. If you have any queries, feel free to call us related to admission, related to programs, right? Our students will be addressing it. And EOIs at earliest possible, you can fill it so that you don't miss the chance of coming or appearing for the process.
Sure, and we are also providing the links to the same, both the programs in the description box below, so you guys can check it out. So
yeah, I am also sharing the link of the DBM program. You can share them. Okay.
Sure.
So and yeah, your advisors and all. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you so much, sir, Rohan Mukherjee sir and Hory Mukherjee sir. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you, Kushal. Thank you, Kushal and Srikanth, both for giving up this opportunity to interact with students. And I appreciate the efforts of Hory, who has been part of the program from the inception, co-creating and designing with us and contributing according to his capabilities. He has done a great job for us and precious time with us. Okay. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks a lot. And yeah, thanks a lot.
Okay. Thanks, Kushal and Srikanth.